I don't really... Ooh, who are you? Katerina the Fair. Is she fair?
Fantastic! Bravo! Bravo!
My word!
No. Okay, there's Captain Talking Head.
Fantastic!
The great sword is rainbow of warmish. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la,
Are you
ti.
talking to the head?
Excuse me,
Yeah.
I'm trying to prepare for the next show. I doubt I have to tell you that I am the amazing singing Stefan, the only sentient severed head in Sicile. My audience sings my praises from hill and dale. Psst. You're a source hunter.
Headless Nick.
Oh, bless the seven. Look, you've got to help me. I've been
So, are you
kidnapped.
gonna steal this head?
Pleasure to meet you. Now, please, Stefan has many fans to meet today. Psst, help me. Take me to Reginald's cellar. There I will reveal everything.
Where's Reginald's cellar?
Beats me.
Should I take the
You
head?
could ask Reginald. I'll distract Reginald.
Okay.
It won't be the worst indignation I've suffered. Get on with it then.
Hey, stop that!
Yeah.
Talking head.
I thought you were distracting him.
I was distracting him. Were you sneaking? Or were
No.
you just standing there in broad daylight in front of him, Load?
It is said, and this I have heard
Okay,
from a
now-
ghost who knew Elba, who knew Elliot.
See, you're being watched by too many people.
Himself, that the king
Can't
had a
steal the
great
head.
thirst
We need to
of
find Reginald's basement
so
the
ardently
old-fashioned
did he
way.
crave creamy blues and gory red.
Let's-
There! Take a seat!
Uh,
Prepare to laugh your head off! Cry your... What a generous
I can sneak.
spectator! I think you've gotten
Yes.
quite familiar enough by now, thanks. Keep your paws in your pockets if you... Ha! Enter!
what
I
if
am...
I go here and sneak?
My word!
Okay.
Today,
Okay, I got
After at the...
Okay, I can't sneak
it is
past that.
said, and this I have heard from a ghost who knew Elba, who knew
Now,
Elliot.
see,
He is
where there's
said to know
color
Sigurd
is where they can
himself.
see. So there is nowhere in there that will be unseen. Damn it.
Crave creamy blues and gory red.
Anyways,
My word!
Realm.
okay. What's our mission?
King.
I feel like we're getting off track.
Right. We have a murderer to catch.
We have a murder to catch. We have the counselor's wife, which is part of the murder. Yeah, that is part of the murder. I don't know why it's... Anyways.
Can you spare
We-
a coin?
Okay, yeah. There's a bunch of figures, and we asked everybody in the bar. The
Well,
bar's been...
so far, I think. Where's the... Is there a shop?
Did the cat? Did the cat know anything about
No, the cat didn't know anything about it.
it? Crying out loud. What shop are you looking for?
One that can buy lockpicks.
Okay, if you can find that... Well, there... You might have lockpicks. Oh, maybe at the docks. There might be some shady characters down there.
Anyway, I found your chicken house.
Okay, upstairs is a quartermaster.
Well, source hunter,
And,
you come to the right place, you
The
have.
quartermaster
I got
is to
every
whom I
style of
sold the
equipment to
paintings.
fit you from head to foot.
But I don't
If
think the
it's a
paintings
trade
are
you're
actually going to
after.
help us.
It's worth
That
a
was
pretty
mine.
penny.
Yeah.
So you
that was
stole the paintings.
No, they were not stolen. They were takeable. That's why I took them.
You stole them.
I removed them from the scene of the crime and then...
You
hawked
stole
I
them.
mean, sold them. They weren't red, okay? Jeez. Now the other thing we could do is tell Arius about the letter. Still haven't told him about the letter. And hope he doesn't immediately jump the gun and start arresting people.
What? Are you serious? I can't.
What's wrong?
Alright. I want... Your offer insults me?
Did you offer it? $600 monies.
Oh, whoops.
There's no limits to its use except that it costs money.
Alright. I've got lockpicks now.
Oh, she sold lockpicks. Good. Okay, why do we need lockpicks?
I don't know. There seems to be some stuff.
Kings, these stores are for our Legion troops. Rivellon's finest work up mighty fine appetite, serving the seven.
But yeah, they are handy. Okay, so now we have lockpicks.
Esmeralda, Arhu, and Arceus. Oh, God, we have to go to talk. We probably need to go talk to Arceus.
Yeah, we need to probably tell him about the letter and maybe find something.
Oh, perhaps
smelly.
give us a clue. A friggin' dick.
No, you were right.
Arceus, you friggin' twat.
You again. Do feel free to depart from Sicil at your earliest
listen in.
convenience. Oh, still not finished with that sorry matter?
Yeah.
I see. You've come to report a dead sheep. A heap of mutton that sailed into view upon your robbing the grave of a councillor. Lovely. Well, don't just stand there gawking like guppies. Hire yourself to Roberts the mortician. If anyone
Okay,
buried sheep,
thank
obviously
you.
it was... Well, have you found any? Like I said, the girl's known to be a flirt. I'm Captain...
Alright, so Robert's the mortician.
The Robert is the mortician that we speak to. Yeah, I guess we should have thought about speaking to a grave digger when we...
Where
Well,
is
I'm gonna just go towards the graveyard and make my way out from there, because I have to imagine he is relatively close to it. There's too many fire pits here. Yeah, those teleporty pyramids, I'm gonna put it in my action menu, because...
That's what I did.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Vigilance.
There's a house like just to the south of here.
There's okay, those are graves. Graves. House. No, but that's where the forge is. Wait, who's this man? No, that's Englander.
Oh, how nice!
How-
Pray, let me chew here. Hot spice wine.
Have you spoken
and a
to this
snug
man
little
before?
room.
Is he useless to us?
I don't know if he's useless, but he's...
Well, it added to our log. Elf-Orc blood feud. We met an old elf who asked us to meet him in his room at the King Crab. Okay, presumably he hates orcs.
Maybe he'll be able to do something with that orc.
That's not the worst idea.
I found Roberts!
Oh, did you?
Yep.
There you go. Well, let's start that chit-chat.
So, what's the bad
I'm gonna
news?
go
More orcs rampaging through the docks?
here.
Or have those
join the
infernal
conversation.
statues sent another soul flying to his death? Sad story, that. Though if I'm speaking plainly, the sentimental aspect of it all doesn't make much of an impression on an undertaker. Especially not these days, with so many laid low by the orcs and such like.
Not such like.
I just concern myself with giving the remains a respectable exit from life. We set him to rest in the northern graveyard. Perhaps he can finally get a little peace. A sheep? That's a whole heap of nonsense. Don't bother me with such wild tales.
That's it?
I'll tell you what. You tell me the truth about that sheep, and I won't bother burying you alongside it. I've heard you're a good man.
No.
Now's a chance to help your community.
Well, okay, so you...
I'm gonna charm him.
Wait. Yeah, you
Oh
should.
God.
What is he?
Scissors again.
Yeah. But, like, what's his...
Charm
stat?
3.
Like, how much? He's charm 3?
Yep.
Versus your charm 3, okay.
Yep.
Okay, let's see who's charming who.
Shit.
Seriously. Well, while you're talking to him,
Are you looting his...
just keep him busy, would you? Corpse
damn
Compendium?
it.
Sure. Yeah, take your time. Think long and hard about your decisions and choices.
Yes! Yes!
There's a corpse here.
Suppose you're right. A corpse is one
This
thing.
corpse
I
has
couldn't
hair.
stand to have the disappearance of a
I will
living
steal
soul
the
on my
corpse's
conscience.
hair. This corpse has nothing.
I'll tell you the whole story.
Are you listening, Luke?
No, I'm not. I'm stealing his shit. I stole his ledger, for example.
God damn it, Luke!
Did you find useful things so that I didn't need...
I won the
steal
rock,
everything?
paper, scissors match! He's gonna tell me everything!
Oh, well, we'll have it on paper.
Listen, are you listening now?
Okay, I will start listening again. Fine. Suppose you're right, a corpse is one thing, but I couldn't stand to have it... Okay,
I buried
fine.
that blasted sheep, but I swear on my lucky left foot I had nothing to do with that body disappearing. 1 minute it was on my slab, you see. I left the room for just a moment to answer the bell in the front parlour, and when I returned, the body was simply gone.
It's
In
a
its place was a
hooray.
sack containing more gold coins than I could even count. The message was clear. Silence is golden. My business has been declining right alongside the rest of our
How has an
boring
Undertaker's business
and that sack of
declining
gold was worth more than I
with
made
everybody
during one of the
dying,
good
huh?
years.
No one was paying him to
I
bury
needed
them, I'd
cash,
imagine.
and someone
guess.
needed my silence. I knew I had to bury something or risk being found out. So that night, I stole into the market and made off with Bertia's fattest sheep. It was a bloody waste to stick so much fine meat into the ground to rot, but it had to be done. The next day, the pallbearers retrieved Jake's coffin, sealed to hide the body's terrible wounds, none the wiser that within the casket lay nothing more venerable than a slaughtered beast. Now, you can imagine I've spent more than my share of restless nights wondering who could have wanted that cadaver and for what purpose. I'm not an inch closer to imagining the why, but I've got a few inklings as to the who.
Seal.
Okay, so it's the
Near as
same
I
list.
Same
There
list.
are only 4 people who could have been involved. Mayor Cecil,
Okay.
Captain Aureus, Theleron's apprentice Evelyn, and Esmeralda.
Yeah, let's read the words.
Plenty of us shopkeepers entrust the mayor with the spare keys to our businesses, you know. And he's the only person in town with a second copy of the key to the mortuary. He could have used it to sidle in without a peep, if he were so inclined. Aureus himself paid me a visit the night the body was delivered. Came rapping at my door in the frosty morning before the sun had even started peeping, and told me to tell him, and only him, if I noticed anything strange or suspicious about the remains. Can't see why he'd bothered to go through all that trouble, unless he knew something the rest of us don't. I know it sounds strange suspecting the doctor's apprentice of something so ghoulish as this, but there's few
I
in
knew
this
it.
city
It's
could
her.
manage
It's
to
gotta be
transport
her.
a corpse
Has
without
to be
raising
her.
eyebrows.
I'm convinced it's her.
So am I.
It was
But I've
she
been convinced
who
it's her for like the
delivered
last
Jake's body
hour,
from
but
the
all we've been
inn
doing
to
is
the
running around in
mortuary.
friggin' circles in
And
this
there was
town.
something about her
Well,
that night.
it's just the way,
kind of
like, we
excitement.
need to get information so that
Seemed
we
she could
can...
barely contain her thoughts.
say things.
That there was something thrilling about to happen. I can't quite settle it in my mind how a young medical professional would have such a strange reaction to an occasion such as that. And this may or may not have anything to do with the whole rigmarole. But her master, Dr. Theleron, bought an old shack of mine, one overtaken by undead, for an exorbitant price considering what he was getting. I never did figure what he wanted it for, but he sure seemed eager.
Well, he has said that he's trying to cure the undead.
Yeah.
I never saw a widow less distraught at the death of her husband, and I've seen hundreds pass through my parlor. It was she who rang my bell just before the body was snatched. Lured me outside, claiming she needed air, before discussing the funeral arrangements. Some accomplice could have sneaked in and grabbed the remains while I was comforting the oh-so-overcome Esmeralda. That gold's the only good thing to come out of this blasted affair, and I certainly plan on making some use of it.
Oh man. You're the boss. Come on. You can do it. I believe in you.
Alright. So...
I can't watch the fight, sadly.
Damn it. Damn it! Yes.
I can't believe he stole the sheep. He didn't just...
No! No!
Pillar of the community? Ha! Half this city doesn't know my name, and the other half regard...
Oh, you're an asshole. We're gonna be stealing all your shit.
I already did. Yes. Yeah, that's right.
He's upstairs now, so...
Hey,
Well, I've
stop
already
that.
stolen everything downstairs. I'm gonna... The corpse compendium. I'm gonna read the corpse compendium. Chapter 1, Imps. In all cases, the disposal or preservation of imp corpses is left to discretion of their masters.
If only the popular girls from the Source Academy could see how edgy and dangerous you've become.
How come they didn't say that about me stealing?
I don't know.
Clearly you were
A goody
not
goody.
the one expect. Yeah, you were goody two.